Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Anthony Fallon, Tone Setter Sports Channel. What's going on with you? How y'all been? What's been up? I know I got some of y'all out there that subscribed already, so how y'all been? It's been a minute since I post something, especially about the sports, for y'all viewers out there. This one, I want to talk about the NBA and particularly Paul George and a landing spot that nobody's really talking about. I think he would fit perfect, and I'm going to give you some of my thoughts on why it would be perfect. Well, I mean, and it's not many. I'm not gonna hold y'all long with this video. For one thing, I'm exhausted. I just got back from doing a run. It's been a long season, but been a very fruitful season at the same time. So give blessings, but this work is what I do is very demanding, so that's why I haven't made a video in a while, and I got to put a lot of time and focus in what I'm doing if you want to get that money, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, but anyway, while I have some downtime before I head back out this evening, I'm going to hit Pennsylvania, ride around there a little bit, and come on back. But so let's get to this Paul George thing. Landing spot for Paul George in the off season if he decides to leave OKC, because he might not leave. They might give him a deal that he's cool with. You know, like, well, shit, you know, don't matter if I win the championship or not. I'm paid though. Might make his mind up that way. It all depends on, you know, where his focus is and where he feels is best, you know. And everybody's talking about Philly, you know, or the LeBron James thing, you know what I'm saying? Him come play with Cleveland, or him and LeBron James teaming up in the Lakers and all that stuff like that. If I was the Lakers, well, I'm gonna insert this one real quick about the Lakers. If I was the Lakers, I would not want LeBron James, nor Paul George, nor Kawhi Leonard. They got a nice young squad that can come up together. They just need a center. They need somebody that's gonna get down there and bang. And if they get rid of Julius Randle, you know, Kuzma damn sure better be the man, because Julius Randle was nasty this season, and I know he was in his contract year or whatnot. So you know how they do when they're in their contract year. So with that has to be a wait and see kind of deal, especially with the Lakers, because you know they might not get the max deal. He might just get a 1 to 3 year deal, because they want to see first before they max him out. He got to do that. He got to follow up on that shit with the Lakers. But so if they kept the starting four and either get a backup center, you know what I'm saying, that's more athletic and more close to the basket, you know, instead of out there shooting threes. You know, you can find yourself a Nurkic like from Portland, or Jokic from Denver. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, they be straight, and keep everybody else. I mean, because they got a nice bench too as far as the Lakers go. I like what's his name? I like Hart. Hart needed more play. Could have used more playing time this season too. Yes, Hart could. I think so. I mean, I ain't saying he'd be a starter or nothing like that, but if I think he has the potential. I mean, all of them do. You know, especially when they know their limitations and stuff like that. They know their strengths and limitations. That's what I want to say. and improve upon their game like that. That's what I mean. You know, and just let it be. So, Paul George, landing spot for Paul George that nobody's talking about: the New Orleans Pelicans. Now, I'm going this based off the fact that what if they did pay Boogie Cousins gave him his money, or they reached a good deal that's suitable for him, but it also allows them to sign someone else, and they can get Paul George at a good price too. For the sake of the fact that they are a playoff team, or they can't get over the hump, and one of their weaker spots on the starting five is the small forward position. That's, matter of fact, that is their weakest spot. If they add, because since Paul George is not like alpha doggish, where he has to have the ball in his hand, he could play off ball, but he could play defense too. And allergies, man. Pollen and stuff is floating around. Since he could play without the ball, that's perfect for him. Why? Because he's playing with the purest point guard in the league right now. That's Rondo. Because Rondo don't have to. Him and Rondo game complements each other just because of Paul George can play the 2 or the small forward position. And, because you got to think about it, Paul George is not the most proficient scorer out there. He has a lot of grit to his game because of the fact that he plays defense too, so he can get transitional points. But when he's on too. You know what I'm saying? But so he has multiple ways that he can score buckets. Whether it's straight offense, not the most offensive player. That's what I really want to say, and at times. So, but he can play defense too and get his buckets that way. Those garbage points. But Rondo plays defense. Jrue Holiday played the way he did with Portland. If he can keep that up, he can show more of that. Yeah. But then you got your front court, Boogie and AD, shot blockers, bunch of scorers too. That will be a solid defensive team with enough offensive power to offset the West Coast. Period. If they can gel, if they all can gel, you got 2 point guards that can dish the ball with a I say B+ to A- small forward, combo guard, really small forward. He's a combo player. He can play at least 2 to 3 positions on but Paul George can run point too. You know what I'm saying? He can be that, at times. So he's interchangeable, along with Rondo and Holiday. And that would be like, and since I think that Paul George is a much more bigger star than Jrue Holiday, so it would be like AD, Boogie, and Paul George. Like that would be that big 3 with two solid players in the backcourt, along in the backcourt with Holiday and Rondo, because both can handle the rock and both can distribute. Jrue Holiday is a better scorer than Rondo, but don't sleep on Rondo, because Rondo can give you anywhere between 10 to 15, on average probably about 10 points a game. You know what I'm saying? But he can get 15, 10, and 20 on your ass. That's a lot of assists, man, from one player. That means he's moving that ball around, and that's all they need. And all those guys can score. Those 3 can at least score. Davis can score at least between 20 and 30. Boogie about 20 to 30. George at times 20 to 30, but on average probably about 15 to 20, 25. And Jrue about the same thing, about 15 to 25 points. And Jrue probably have about close to 10 assists a game. You know what I'm saying? It's about 3 rebounds. Something like that. because Rondo is that like he's that plug. He's that source. Everybody can feed off of Rondo. Right? Everybody can feed off of Rondo, and that's why he don't need to score points, because not that everybody can feed off him, but he's going to feed everybody to whoever's open. He will run the offense the way it's supposed to be. Now, the other thing is, the only problem that I see chemistry is one, and money is the second thing, or it don't matter which order, but those two things could really stop this. So I'm just speculating. This is just my thoughts only. So you take it and run with it, whatever. The third thing is that they might have to change the coach. I would prefer Mark Jackson. I really would. I'll prefer Mark Jackson. I can't think of or Fitzdale, try to think of another coach that could be out there. I can't think of one right. Anybody else, but those two, really. Larry Brown, I don't know. He's not coming out of retirement, but I don't know anybody else unless they get one of these coaches out the D League, like Grant Hill or something like that. Maybe. But yeah, I think that will be like the X factor for the New Orleans Hornets and for Paul George. That right there, that spot right there for Paul George will be perfect if he decides to leave OKC. So I just wanted to drop that on y'all. I'm going to lay my ass down and catch some Z's, and I'm going to roll out a little later. So that's all I really have for you guys. Y'all have a good evening. Peace.